Okay, welcome to our week two review of our next steps in beginning bridge. And where we left off in our last session was we were talking about opening strong two club bids, and we needed to talk about responses in those. So I'm going to go, let's look at those first.
This a bit here. Opening strong hands here.
Okay, remember when we talked about strong hands, we said that two clubs is the bid that we make to indicate we have a strong hand. Doesn't mean anything about clubs. It just means I've got 22 or more points, or I've got a very strong hand. When we open the two club bid, ordinarily, absolutely, partner needs to bid something. You absolutely cannot pass a two club bid. Even if you have like a lot of clubs and you think, well, two clubs, this will work because I don't have many points, but I've got a lot of clubs. Partner could have no clubs in their hand. It says nothing about clubs, and partner has a very strong hand. Partner doesn't need much more than if partner has 22 points to have a game, you should just need to have 3 or 4 points. So you don't have to have very much at all in order to have a game going hand if partner has opened two clubs. So there are some conventions, some systems that we use to respond to the opening two club bid. The basic one, the one that is standard that you will see in most books that most people use outside of our club here, but many people use, is what's called two diamonds waiting, or it's just the basic responses. So with 8 points and a good 5-card suit, you'll bid the suit. With 8 points and a balanced hand, you'll bid two no trump. But with every other hand, you just bid two diamonds. And that's called two diamonds waiting. So really, pretty much, if you've got 8 points, you're thinking about maybe slam. Because if your partner has at least 22 and you've got 8, that's 30 points. You're just a couple of points shy of slam right then. So it's good to let your partner know that you are on that track. So if you have at least 8 points, you can bid something, either your suit or a no trump. But unless you've got 8 points and a good suit or a balanced hand, you just bid two diamonds. It's just called waiting. It just, okay, partner, let's see what you've got. What's your bid? And then the two club person will describe their hand. They'll either bid a good suit if that's what they have, or if they're a balanced hand, they'll bid two no trump with 22 to 24, or three no trump with 25 to 27. So that's just the typical responses. It's called waiting two diamonds. Usually you just bid two diamonds, and that's just to keep the auction open. You have to say something. It doesn't say a thing about diamonds, just like two clubs doesn't say anything about clubs. These are both artificial, kind of place savings, placeholder bids. So two club opening, two diamonds is usually the response, just waiting. And if you play that, that's just fine. If partner, after you bid two diamonds, partner will bid their suit, and then you bid sort of as usual. You know, you support your partner if you have cards in the suit that he's bid. If you have your own suit, you can bid it at the 3 level. You can bid no trump. In other words, you just have to kind of describe your hand to your partner after you start off with the two club, two diamond sequence. After that, the bids are natural. Okay, that's in the normal or the basic responses right here. Now, most people at our club and many people play another system. It's called Broken Hearts. And in this Broken Hearts system, two diamonds means specifically that you have a feature. That is, you have either an ace or a king. Now notice that if you have either an ace or a king, you're basically going to be at game. Partner has 22 points. You've got either an ace or a king. That's enough for a game. So it kind of sets the game going auction from your first bid. You tell partner right off, we've got a game. Doesn't say anything about where it is or what else you've got, anything. It just says you have an ace or a king. So partner knows that game is in the offing. If you do not have an ace or a king, you bid 2 hearts. Some people call that a bust hand, but really you could have some points. You could have, 2 or 3 queens, a couple of jacks. So you could have some points, but you just don't have an ace or a king in your hand. That's a 2 heart bid. 2 spade bid is that you have a long spade suit with 2 of the top 3 honors in it. So a good long spade suit, at least 5. And 2 no trump is a long heart suit. See, the hearts bid was the bust hand bid. So to say a good heart suit, you bid 2 no trump. So a lot of people play this. You must agree with your partner before you start the game which one you're going to play. Are you just going to play standard responses? Or are you going to play broken hearts? If you play with a partner that you don't know and you haven't discussed this beforehand, then you should assume that they're doing this weighting 2 diamonds, because that's the standard thing. So unless you've discussed it and you and your partner both agree that you're playing this broken heart system, assume it's standard. But you should there's a few things even at where you are right now that if you sit down with a new partner, you should find out if they play. And that is, what are your responses to 2 clubs? And what are your responses to 4 no trump, which is the ace asking bids. We're going to talk about those in a few minutes. Those are usually the 2 things that you need to ask about, even if you're playing with a very new
Sally, is
Yeah.
broken hearts isn't alertable. Is it
Well,
alertable?
that's a good question. The 2 diamonds, which seems like it might be alertable because it shows not diamonds, but an ace or king, is not alertable because for some reason, which I don't know, 2 diamonds is never alertable. No matter what 2 diamonds means over 2 clubs, it is never alertable.
Huh.
That's kind of interesting, but anyway, that's the case. However, the 2 heart bid, which does not show hearts, is alertable. The spade bid isn't alertable because that is spades, but the 2 no trump bid is alertable because it shows hearts. So both 2 hearts and 2 no trump are alertable because they don't mean what they say.
So
2 diamonds is not alertable just because of some weird ACBL rule.
So when we alert it, what do we say basically?
You just say, again, with any kind of alertable things, it's not like the announceable things where you announce your no trump range and you announce transfers. When you alert, you don't say anything except alert.
Okay.
If the person wants to ask,
They'll
they'll
ask.
ask. When they
Okay.
ask, you just say, like if you're alerting the 2 diamonds and they say, what's that? You just say, my partner has an ace or a king.
But you don't.
Or if they bid 2 hearts and they alert and the person says, what does that mean? You just say, my partner has no ace or king in their hand. You just say what it means. Now there's some other options. I listed them here. I don't know of anybody that plays these, but you may run into somebody at some point. Some people, I used to play steps, which is 2 diamonds is 0 to 3, 2 hearts is 4 to 6 points. In other words, you're just kind of going up by steps of how many points you have in your hand. Some other people use controls, 2 diamonds, which is an ace or a king. 2 diamonds means 0 or 1, 2 hearts is 2, 2 spades is 3. Most of these people don't play anymore because if, just to say, for instance, to say hearts with 4 to 6 points, you're taking up a heart bid your partner could want to make. So that's why the 2 diamond just waiting bid is so popular. So anyway, questions on that? Does that seem pretty clear? Okay. All right, then let's go on to ace asking bids. Now, although I teach these right after usually the 2 club bids, and sometimes a 2 club bid is a slam going bid, it's not always. And so the ace asking bids can apply sometimes after 2 clubs, but most frequently just during a regular auction. You use these ace asking bids anytime that you feel you have enough points for slam and are ready to go, but you need to find out because you may have 33, 32, or 33 points, which is a slam level. But if you're missing 2 aces, you're not going to make your slam. So it's a good idea, even once you've decided you think you have slam, you think you should be able to bid slam, to bid 4 no trump, to ask your partner how many aces they have. So that's the system you use. It's just 4 no trump. So you might have a situation where I bid 1 heart and my partner bids 3 hearts. That's 10 to 12 points in support for hearts, as you know. And I have about 20 or 21 points. So I'm thinking, wow, this is really good. I've got, all of these points, but I've only got 2 aces. So if my partner has 1 ace, we're good. But if my partner doesn't have any aces, then we're not good. So I would then bid 4 no trump. So it would go 1 heart, 3 hearts, 4 no trump, 4 no trump. It usually is done after you agree on a suit, but occasionally you won't have agreed on the suit. The person that's asking will just know what the suit is. The person that is asked will respond either just aces, or if you're playing another system, you will respond using the suit that was last bid. So let's look at how this works. 4 no trump, ask for aces. The name of this system is called Blackwood. Mr. Blackwood made this up. And the responses to 4 no trump are 5 clubs is all or none. Now, usually you don't have all. So 5 clubs is generally none. 5 diamonds is 1. 5 hearts is 2. 5 spades is 3. That's all it is. Artificial bids to say the number of aces. That's it. The only thing you really have to remember is that 5 clubs is all or none. You have to, because a lot of people start thinking, oh, I have 1, that's 5 clubs. But no, 5 clubs is all or none. 5 diamonds is 1. Hearts is 2. Spades is 3.
Sally,
Yes.
once you do that, once you respond and say 5 diamonds, I have one ace, then where does it go?
Then it goes back to the person who asked, the 4 no trump bidder, and they make the
Okay.
decision. If one ace was not enough, then they will just rebid the suit. So in our case, it would be one heart, 3 hearts, 4 no trump, 5 diamonds. And I go, oh, that's not good. I only have 1 heart, one ace. They just have 1 ace. I'm missing 2 aces. So then I would just bid 5 hearts, and that's the end.
Okay.
But if I like the answer, then I bid 6 hearts. So it's the 4 no trump person is the captain of the ship. They're going to make the decision.
Okay.
Now, there is another system. The one I just gave you, the Blackwood system, everybody knows and everybody plays. That is standard. My grandmother played that. So in the 60s, it's been around forever. Everybody knows this one. However, many people now play this other system called the Roman keycard system. Now, this is similar to Blackwood in that for no trump asks for key cards. But here we're talking about key cards, not just aces. Key cards are the 4 aces plus the king of trump. There are 5 key cards. So we're asking about 5 things when we're doing this, not just the 4 aces. This is a thing that needs to be decided before you play. Before you get into your bidding with a new partner, you need to find out what their responses are to 2 clubs and what their responses are to 4 no trump. Because those that, people use different things. Even new people use these. So this Roman key card, if you have an agreement with your partner that you're going to use these responses, you are talking about 5 different things. And how many of those do you have in your hand? So you look to see, how many aces you have, and do you have the king of trump? That's the question. So when you're playing this system and partner says for no trump, your responses are, you look in your hand and you say, how many aces do I have? Do I have the king of trump? And so that tells you how many key cards you have in your hand. If you have either 1 or 4 key cards, you will bid 5 clubs. If you have 3 or no key cards, you will bid 5 diamonds. This is called 1430, and you see right up here it says 1430. This is 1430 black Roman key cards. That means 1 or 4, 3 or 0, 1430. So 1 or 4 is 5 clubs, the first one. 3 or 0 is 5 diamonds. If you have 2, or all of them, you bid 5 hearts, and here it's either 2 without the queen of trump, or if you have 2 with the king of trump, you bid 5 spades. Okay, this sounds confusing at first, but it's really kind of simple. It's just you need to remember it's not just the 4 aces. It also includes the king of trump, and you use this 1430 scenario to remember that 5 clubs is 14, 1 or 4. 5 diamonds is 3, 0. And then hearts, because you've already said 1 or 4, 1, 4, 3, and 0. Hearts is 2 or 5, which is all of them, which you're never going to have because people aren't going to ask if they don't have any. So you're never going to have 5. So it's 2 without the queen of trump or 2 with the queen of trump. So now you get to consider even the queen of trump. So that's an extra one. The reason we do this is because having a good, strong trump suit is very important. In addition to having the points and having the aces that you need. That's why Roman key card is really superior to just the normal Blackwood. But Blackwood works fine, and you can use that, just the regular 4 ace question. But many people play the Roman key card. The robots on BBO play Roman key card, but let me break your brain a little bit. The robots on BBO play 30-14 instead of 14-30. So to the robots on BBO, 5 clubs is 3 or no, and 5 diamonds is 1 or 4. Just the difference. Some people prefer that because they would rather use 5 clubs to say 0. That's why some people like 30-14. But you can play either one. The robots, like I said, play 30-14. Most people play 14-30 that are playing this. But again, you must decide before you start the game with your partner, which one of these are you going to do? Are you just going to do straight Blackwood, just the 4 aces? Or are you going to do the Roman key card where you have 5 key cards and in effect that you're questioning? And you can only do one. So you decide beforehand. Now there's one other thing I need to tell you about. That's another ace asking bid, and it is called Gerber. Now, a lot of people get this confused because a lot of people say, oh, I use Gerber all the time. Well, Gerber is an ace asking bid. It is a bid of 4 clubs. Instead of 4 no trump, it's 4 clubs. But it is used only if you're playing no trump. So it's used only when the first bid is no trump or when the last bid has been no trump. So if you're starting out in a no trump contract and you get to like 3 no trump, 4 clubs is asking for aces. But if you are bidding like the situation I said before, where it's 1 heart, 3 hearts, 4 clubs is not asking for aces. It's a club bid. So, you know, a lot of people get that confused because I hear people say, well, I always use Gerber because I can ask at a lower level. I can ask at, 4 clubs. If I ask for no trump, they've got to go up to the 5 level. But the thing is that in a suit auction, clubs need to mean clubs because you could want to bid clubs. So beyond the 3 no trump level. If you're in a no trump auction, then it makes sense because 3 no trump is the game, 4 clubs is beyond game. But you can't use it if you're in a suit contract. But if you are in a situation where Gerber applies, and it does apply, it's a good bid if you're in no trump. So if you have bid 3 no trump, you and your partner have bid along and you've gotten to 3 no trump and your partner bids 4 clubs, that's asking for aces. And the responses are just like the other, you just go up. So 4 diamonds over 4 clubs is all or none. 4 hearts is 1. 4 spades is 2. And 4 no trump is 3. Okay. So it's very similar to Blackwood in that it asks for aces and aces only, but it is only used over no trump. And there is no equivalent to the key card things to Gerber over no trump. You don't do that. You just ask for aces because there are no other trump. There are only aces and no trump. So it doesn't make sense that you are looking for a king or queen of trump. Any questions on that?
Sally?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The Roman key card one that I said in class that it always confused me. And when we were in class and you talked about it, it kind of made sense to me. Now all of a sudden it's not making sense anymore. Again, I'm confused again.
I'm so sorry you attended this thing today, Ben Richards.
Well, it's not. No one I play with uses the Roman key card yet. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, but I mean, if a lot of people are playing it, I just
Yeah, that's why
but
I think it's important to know it, even if you're not going to play it.
right. So what I always get confused about is, okay, we're primarily looking for aces, I
That's
guess.
right.
But in the Roman key card, you have the possibility of asking for aces, a king in, I guess, in trump, and a queen in trump.
Yeah, those are 5 key cards. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's what's always is there's 5 key cards, but there's more than 5 real key cards. I guess there's like 4 aces and a king and a queen.
Well, yeah, there's 4 aces and the king. Those are the 5 that we talk about. The
Okay.
queen just comes into play if you just have 2. Then you can alert to whether you have or not you have the queen.
Key cards.
So 2 key cards would be, it could be a king and an ace.
Could be 2 aces.
And the king of trump.
Any 2, yeah.
Okay. And so the higher ones, the 3 or 4, where
The queen is not in play.
Right. It's just the aces and the kings.
Aces and the king.
And that would be the king of trump.
That's
Right.
right, only the king of trump. So all we're interested in. The king of trump is the 5th key card, the 4 aces and the king of trump.
When you're saying you have 3 key cards, that would be primarily 3 aces?
No,
Or
no,
eight.
it is 3 of the 5 key cards. So
Okay.
it could be 3 aces, it could be 2 aces and a king.
Okay. Okay. So you just kind of have to guess,
And it
sort
would
of,
be
in a
better.
way,
Yeah, you have sort of.
depending on what you have in your hand and your
Right,
partner.
exactly. The
So-
person that's asked, that made the 4 no trump bid, knows what they have.
Okay.
And if they have the king in their hand, they know that you are responding with aces only. If they don't have the king in their hand, then, but they know how many aces they have, you can usually figure out what it is.
Okay.
Sometimes
Okay.
you can't be totally sure, but it's mostly you can. Mostly.
Okay. Okay. It's making sense again, sort of.
Okay, good. Then I was going to do some samples. Maybe I shouldn't do that. So,
No, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead. Yes. Yes.
okay. So let's look at these.
Are these the ones you use?
Oh,
I don't-
these first ones that I want to look at, these are actually responses to 2 clubs.
Okay.
Okay, so my camera is in the way. Okay, so let's look at, these are hard to see, and I'm sorry. Look just down at the first, like at this column, look down that column. Okay,
Okay.
that is ace and 2 small of spades, then below it, the queen and 4 hearts, 3 little diamonds, and the jack. So if partner has bid 2 clubs, what would you bid with that hand?
2D.
4, 5, 6,
You
7.
got 7 points.
2 diamonds with broken hearts.
No.
Yeah, let's say, first of all, if you're playing standard, what would you bid with this?
Oh, okay.
2, I
Partners
don't know.
bid 2 clubs.
You don't have 8 points.
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds, just 2 diamonds waiting. Just saying, okay, partner, let's hear what you have.
Yeah.
If you're playing broken hearts, what would you bid with that?
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds, but this time you're saying 2 diamonds because you have an ace.
Right.
Okay. Let's look at this next one. Again, look down. Here you have a queen and a jack. Partner has opened 2 clubs. You've got a lot of clubs too. So what would you bid if you're playing standard?
2D. 2D?
2 diamonds. If you're playing standard, and that's just waiting. That just says, okay, partner, bid your hand. If you're playing broken hearts, what would you bid with this hand?
2 hearts.
2 hearts, saying, I have no ace and no king. Let's look at this one. Here we have 7, 8, 9 high card points and a 6 card spade suit, and partner has bid 2 clubs. So what would we bid if we're playing standard?
But 1 spade, I mean 2
2
spades.
spades, yes. In this case, we have enough points and a strong enough suit to tell partner about it. And so we will bid 2 spades to show we've got at least 8 points and a good solid spade suit. If we are playing broken hearts, what will we use?
2 spades.
2 spades. 2 spades.
Same thing, 2 spades, because 2 spades and broken hearts shows a good spade suit.
4, 5, 6.
Then
7.
let's look at this last one. Partner is open 2 clubs. Here we have 8 high card points and a good heart suit. What are we going to bid with this? What are we going to bid in standard?
2 hearts.
2 hearts.
2 hearts. What are we going to bid in broken hearts?
2 no trump.
2
no
no trump.
Because two no trump and broken hearts is hearts. Okay? Those pretty easy.
Yeah.
That one of the easiest things in bridge is the response to two clubs. There's not too many different things to do. Okay. Now, let's look down here to a couple of sample hands. And this is what I want to look at. Okay. Looking at this part right here. So this is one hand here on the left. The other hand is here on the right. This person is void and spades, has the ace, king, queen to the 5th of hearts, the king, queen, 10 to the 5th of diamonds, and the ace small of clubs. So what is this person going to open the bidding with?
King.
One. I mean, a heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, but he's got 5 of hearts.
Mhm. Yeah.
1 heart.
Okay, that's about 16 points. Oh, there's an extra. Oh, I can't, there's only 4 hearts there.
4 hearts.
I
Oh.
think
Which one?
5.
That'd be one diamond
Where are
if
we?
it's only 4 hearts. you know, so-
Be one diamond.
Yeah, there's only 4 hearts.
Then
Okay, then one diamond.
one diamond.
5, 6, 7. Oh, wait a minute.
4, 5, 6, 7,
It's 9, 10, 11.
17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. This you're short.
missing one.
You're short of
Yeah, put the long diamond suit here. There shouldn't be an X here, and there should be 2 more diamonds. I'm sorry.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
So you got a long diamond suit.
We'll still open with one diamond.
Yes,
No?
still open with 1 diamond. Yes, but there's not 5 hearts,
Okay.
just 4 hearts. Okay. Then this is partner's hand over here. We've got 6, 7, 8, 12 through 16, 17 points plus 1 for length and spade. So what are we going to bid with that hand?
one spade. No,
1
no,
spade. Even though we've got a lot of points, we just
1 spade.
start.
Now, are
with
you
one
talking
spade.
about bidding? You said partner. Are you talking about response or a separate hand?
The response.
Response.
This is your partner's hand over
Okay.
here. So what partner, what would you bid with this hand?
One
Your
spade.
partner has opened 1 diamond. You have this hand. You would bid 1 spade.
And would you jump at a later point?
Now, what's the
Well,
next?
let's see. Let's see what happens. So we've got 1 diamond, 1 spade.
Hmm.
Do we like spades?
No.
No,
So what would we bid here for our second bid?
Hearts, 2 hearts.
2 hearts. 2 hearts. So far it's gone 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 hearts. Now, what does this person bid?
4
No.
hearts.
For no trump.
4 hearts.
Or no trump?
Damn it. Because he knows there's.
Does this
Oh,
make
yeah.
sense to everybody? You know that you have a good suit. And well, I should also point out to you, when this person bids, we're about to talk about reverses. When this person bids hearts after having bid diamonds, a higher suit after having bid a lower suit, he's promising at least 16 points. We'll talk about that in just a minute about how you know that. But this guy has 16 points, and this guy now knows it, okay? So the bidding goes 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 hearts, which promises 16 points. This guy has 17 points plus 1 for length. His partner's got 16 points. They are definitely at slam level, right? And what suit are they at slam level in? What suit are
Heart.
they? Hearts. They have a 4-4 heart fit, at least. So there's all this guy, then rather than just bidding hearts or jumping in hearts or doing anything else, all he needs to know is how many aces does his partner have? And how many aces does he need his partner to have?
At least 2.
At least 2, because he's missing 3.
Right.
So if his partner has at least 2 aces, he'll be okay. So he bids 4 no trump, and then partner says what?
5 diamonds. No,
Hearts.
5
5,
hearts.
yeah, 5 hearts.
Well, let's say, if we're playing standard, what is he going to say?
5 hearts.
Just the 2. He'll just talk about the 2 aces. Clubs are none, diamonds are 1, hearts are 2. So he'll say 5 hearts. Okay,
Thank you.
standard. Now let's say we're playing 1430. What is he going to say?
Oof.
Ooh, he's got the king of trumps. He's got
And the queen of
an
trumps.
ace.
He's got 2
No, he doesn't have the
key
queen of.
cards, right? The 2
Okay.
aces.
Oh,
He doesn't have the king of trump, but he does have 2 aces. So he's got 2. And if he's got 2, then he bids hearts without the queen of trump and spades with the queen of trump. So his bid with broken hearts would be 5 spades.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Trump.
Okay. And so under either one of those scenarios, what does this person do? The 4 no trump person that asked.
6 hearts.
Yeah, that's all we said. He just needed 2 and he's got 2, right? So he should bid 6 hearts. This is another thing I see happen a lot of times, that you bid for no trump asking and they tell you they've got 2 or 3 or whatever, and then you don't bid slam. You're going to ask the questions and you get the right answer, bid slam. I don't know why. I guess sometimes you just think, oh, maybe this isn't right, so I should just stop. If you're already at that level and you've asked the question and they have enough aces for you, go on.
Yeah.
Don't
In my
worry.
case, it would be because I'm.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
You aren't the only one. Okay, let's look at this last one here. Here we have the king, queen, 10, good spade suit, ace, king, queen of hearts, king, queen, jack of diamonds, and the ace of clubs. That is 24 high card points plus 2 for length and spades. So what are we going to bid with that? Open.
4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2 clubs.
That is a 2 club bid if I have ever seen one.
Yeah.
2 clubs. So now here's partner's hand. He's got the ace and 4 spades, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, 3 diamonds, and the king to the 3 of clubs. So on regular responses, what is he going to use? What is he going to say?
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds, waiting. Using broken hearts, what would he say?
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds, but that doesn't, that just says waiting. I mean, excuse me, that says I have the ace. Excuse me, just says I have an ace or a king. He's got 2. He's got an ace and a king.
Yeah.
So, okay, then it comes back to this guy. So far, we've got 1 spade, 2 diamonds. Comes back to this guy. What is he going to say?
4 no trump. 4 no
Well,
trump.
he doesn't know yet where he needs to play, does he?
No.
Oh, no. That's right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So he needs to bid his suit.
Okay.
So 2
It's
spades. 2
Spades.
spades, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades. Now, what is this person going to respond to the 2 spade bid?
Mm. Okay.
3 spades.
Three spades. Three spades. And interestingly, three spades is kind of is stronger than four spades. Because three spades is leaving room for discussion of slam. Four spades kind of says, partner, if you just had like the king and too small for your spades, you might bid four spades, but you're kind of strong here. So you would bid three spades. Then what is the big hand going to do?
Or no trump.
For no trump. If he's got a fit in spades, what are his questions?
Which raises?
He could be
Three ace-
missing the ace of spades and the ace of diamonds, right?
Mhm.
So that's what he needs to know. No, that's all he needs to know. So he just goes to four, no trump. Or no trump. And then this guy is going to say what? If we're playing 1430.
Oh, 1430.
5C.
No.
Five
Oh.
clubs, which would mean what?
Wonderful. Oh,
He's
one or
got
four.
one.
One or four. That's
okay.
right. He's got one ace. He doesn't have the king. He doesn't have any other aces. So just one. So the bid then is five clubs. If you were playing standard, the bid would be five diamonds because that shows one. But in 1430, five clubs would be the answer. And so then what is this guy going to bid once you tell him you have one ace?
6 spades.
Six spades. Okay, very good. Questions on any of that? Then let's move on to reverses, because reverses are what we just looked at in that other hand. And reverses are a part of standard bridge. This is not something extra, but we don't usually teach it in beginning bridge because it's a little confusing. You've got enough on your plate when you're first learning it. But remember in general that when you open and your partner bids, if you bid a new suit, you could be in the 13 to 15 point range, or you could be in the 16 to 18 point range. A new suit like one diamond, one heart, one spade doesn't really show much. It just shows 13 to 18. If you're at the one level, it definitely doesn't show anything extra. But if you are having to bid at the two level, you need to know about a reverse. A reverse is a non-jump bid at the two level that's in a new suit higher ranking than the opener's first bid suit. Now that sounds difficult at first, but it's really kind of easy. To do a reverse, you have to have at least 16 high card points. That means you're not a minimum hand. You've got at least 16 points. It's forcing for one round. You should have 5 cards in the first suit and 4 in the second suit. So the example we looked at before, there were 5 diamonds and 4 hearts. So they had to bid the diamonds first, but then they could bid the hearts. Also, the hand is unbalanced, because if you had a balanced hand, you could just bid some level of no trump that would describe your hand. Okay? So if you are in a position for a reverse, and here's an example. You've bid one club, partner has bid one spade, you bid 2 hearts. Notice that hearts is a higher ranked suit than the first one you bid, and you have bid it at the 2 level. Now, just at the 1 level, that wouldn't mean that. But at the 2 level, when you not jumping, but just your natural next bid, you bid it at the 2 level, you're promising at least 16 points. So in this situation, if you don't have 16 points, what do you think you would do? If you don't have 16 points, you cannot make the 2 heart bid because it is a reverse and would promise 16 points. So if you don't have 16 points, you can't tell about the hearts. You just have to bid 1 no trump. Or raise spades if you have spades, or rebid your clubs. But you have to do a minimum bid, which is raising your suit, raising partner suit, or bidding the lowest no trump. Remember, we've talked those things many times. That's how you say a minimum hand. So if you can't make a reverse, you must make the minimum hand bid. Only if you have 16 points or more can you mention the hearts at the 2 level. So let's look at some examples of these. Here the bid has been 1 diamond, 1 spade. With this hand, what are we going to bid for our second bid?
Now this is
We've
without
got
competition,
17
right?
points plus 1 for length. So 1 diamond, 1 spade. Now it's our turn to bid again. What are we going to say for our second bid?
2 hearts.
2 hearts. And we're allowed to do that. That is a reverse, right? We bid diamonds first and then a higher ranked suit. But we can do that because we have at least 17 points, 16 points. So we can now bid the hearts. 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 hearts. That's the bid there.
Sally, these are all without competition, right? The reverses.
Yes,
They're what? I'm sorry.
without competition. There's no one else.
Oh, intervening bids.
No
you mean.
intervening bid. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's look at number 2 here. Okay, this hand, we've got 17 high card points plus an extra 1 for length. The bidding has gone 1 diamond, 1 spade. What are we going to bid with this hand?
2 hearts.
2 hearts.
Or 2 hearts. No?
We're still
2
going
hearts.
to bid 2 hearts. We're still going to bid 2 hearts. Now, this is a little bit different because we have 3 cards to support our partner, but partner's bid could just mean that they have 4 spades. So 3 is not really enough. So with same thing, we would bid 2 hearts, but that promises 16 points. Let's look at number 3. Number 3, again, we've got 17 points here. Partner has, we've bid opened 1 diamond. Partner has bid 1 spade. What would we bid?
Two clubs.
2 clubs. And what does that promise partner?
A 4-card club suit.
16 points.
No support for spades.
No support for spades.
And somewhere between 13 and 18 points. This hasn't limited our hand because this is not a reverse. It's not a reverse, so we haven't shown a strong hand. We have a strong hand, but partner doesn't know it, and there's no way to show it because the reverse situation is not there. So when there's not a reverse, that's when your bid is open, 13 to 18 points. So partner needs to bid something again. Okay, let's look at number 4 here. Here we have 18 points. The bidding has gone 1 diamond, 1 spade. It's our turn to bid.
2 hearts.
We've got 18 points here. What are we going to bid?
2 hearts.
2 hearts is a possibility, but think about this hand. This hand is a no trump hand, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You would have opened this 1 no trump, except you have 18 points, so you had to say 1 diamond first, right? So the correct bid
Oh.
here is 2 no trump. That's the most descriptive bit of this hand. Because in general, if partner had four spades, four hearts, they would have bid hearts instead of spades. So although these other hands, hearts, at least you're telling them about that, gives them another chance to bid and to know that you have a strong hand. In this case, the most descriptive bid is the 2 no trump bid. Let's look at number 5. Here you've got 13 points. The bidding has gone 1 diamond, 1 spade. What do we want to bid now?
What no trump?
1 no trump. In this case, we can't bid those hearts because if we bid 2 hearts, we would be showing 16 points. And that's what you need to remember about the reverse. If you're not bidding a higher suit, it doesn't make any difference. You can bid and you're showing a wide range. But if you're bidding the higher ranked suit from what the original suit you bid, you would be showing too many points if you try to bid the hearts at the 2 level. So you just bid 1 no trump. Let's look at number 6 here. Again, you've got 13 points plus 1 for length. The bidding has gone 1 diamond, 1 heart. Let me scoot this up some. The bidding's gone 1 diamond, 1 spade, and it's your turn to bid. What are you going to bid with this hand?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1 no trump. No trump.
Well, you can't bid the 2 hearts. We don't have enough points. So you kind of have to pick here. You could bid 1 no trump, but I don't like bidding 1 no trump with a singleton or a void. It's less terrible when it's in my partner's suit. So you might bid 1 no trump, but I really would prefer a 2 diamond bid because you do have 5 diamonds, not 4. It's a little bit better. And you do have that singleton spade. So it might be better to play it a suit contract. Partner might, be able to throw some things on his good heart spades or trump his bad spades. So that'd be a little bit better if you did that. Okay. For responding after you have done this, if partner makes a reverse. So one of the situations where we had 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 hearts showing, 16 plus points. If you have a really weak hand, just 6 or 7 points, you are going to do the weakest thing that you can do. So if you've got like 6 cards in your spade suit, you can bid it, or you can raise the hearts. Or if you have another long major suit, you could bid it. That's unusual. Or you could bid 2 no trump. That's our usual things, of rebidding my suit, raising my partner's suit, or bidding the lowest no trump I can bid. So that's if you just have 6 or 7 points. Because 6 or 7 points plus partner's 16 is not a game. Partner may have more and may decide to go to game, but you need to tell them you don't have it. However, if you've got a stronger hand, like 8 or more points, 8 points plus partners at least 16 points, pretty much is a game. So you'll jump if you have a 6-card suit yourself, the spades, for instance, in our example. You will jump raise partner's 2nd suit if you really like that. So in the situation where we were talking about 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts, you might go to 4 hearts to show you have extra. Or jump raise in the 1st suit. So 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 hearts, 4 diamonds would show you have diamonds and extra points. Or just bid 3 no trump, whichever one is the most appropriate. But in other words, make a strong bid. If partner has said that he's got 17 or more points, you are kind of the responder, is kind of in the driver's seat to make an aggressive bid or to make the lowest bid you can make.
I have a question, Sally.
Yes.
Why would you go to 4 diamonds? If you're not going to 5 diamonds to make game, why not just stay at 3 diamonds?
Well, because you need to tell partner how many points you have.
Okay.
Okay. And that would be only if you think you can't stand 3 no trump. I would bid 3 no trump way before I would bid 4 diamonds.
Okay.
Because you know me, I don't like minor suits.
Yeah.
But if you do have an unbalanced hand and you do want to tell your partner about that, you know, maybe you're avoiding clubs, then you, in our example that we were using, then you would bid the 4 diamonds to say, hey, can't stand no trump, but I do have a lot of your diamonds. Okay, any questions on anything there? Okay, we had one other thing that we did, and I didn't, hang on, I need to bring the, handout up. Because the one other thing we discussed in class, we started on our competitive bidding
Oh, yeah.
discussion. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we just started out on our discussion of competitive bidding, and we talked about only about the overcall part. And so I just want to remind everybody about the overcall part. These are things that you've already had in beginning bridge. You should know these, but just a reminder about them. And this is now we are talking about opponents are bidding. So what do we do? Well, if opponents have bid and we want to overcall, that is, we want to make a bid of our own, we need to have a 5-card good suit. And a good suit is usually 2 of the top 3, 3 of the top 5. It needs to be a good suit. So if it goes, they have opened a diamond and I want to bid a heart, I need to have at least 5, and it needs to be 2 of the top 3 or 3 of the top 5. And I need to have somewhere between 8 and 16 high card points. That's about 10 to 17 total points, okay? So between 8 and 16. If I have more than 16 high card points, that's too many to overcall. Then I have to double. And that would be the big double. And we'll talk about those later. So an overcall, if I'm going to make an overcall, if they've bid and I want to bid, I can't bid a suit unless I have 5 cards in it and it's a good suit. And I have 8 to 16 points. If I'm going to overcall at the 2 level, like they have opened a heart and I want to bid 2 diamonds, I need to have an even better. It needs to be closer to opening hand, at least 10, probably 11 or 12 points, and a good 5-card or 6-card suit. Or I can overcall 1 no trump. Just like, and that's just basically like if I had 1 no trump opening hand, but I need to have stoppers in the opponent's suit. So if they've bid a diamond and I have a no trump hand, I need to have stoppers in diamonds to bid that. And it's a little bit higher. It's 15 to 18 points for an overcall. Then the advancing or responding to an overcall. If you don't have support for your partner's overcalled suit, if the opponent's bid a diamond and my partner bid a heart, the next person passes. If I don't have support for hearts, I just make a natural bid. I could bid spades, clubs, diamonds, no trump, whatever, just what I would naturally bid, you know, if partner had opened 1 heart. But when partner has overcalled, the opponents are bidding and partner is overcalled, if I have support, we use a different system. So if we are going to, if we have support for partner, it depends. If we have 7 to 9, we're going to raise partner's suit. If we have 10 or more, we're going to Q bid the opponent's suit. So if it goes 1 diamond, 1 heart by my partner, pass, 2 diamonds by me, that is a Q bid of the opponent's suit it means I've got 10 or more points and support for partner suit. So that shows right off. We might have a game, I don't know, partner might just have 8 or 10 points. So, but if partner's got anything, we're kind of close to a game. This is our hand at least. And I've got support for his suit. And the nice thing it does, it takes the opponents out of the bidding, because the 1 diamond person now cannot bid 2 diamonds. He's going to have to bid 3 diamonds if he wants to stay in the auction. So that's why we use this Q bid to show 10 points or more and support when there's an overcall. If we have 7 to 9, if we're weaker, but we do have support for partner suit, then we use the law of total tricks. And the law of total tricks we've discussed before says that it's safe to bid to the level that you have total trump between you. So if we have 8 trump between us, we could bid to the 2 level, 6 plus 2, the 2 level. If we have 9 trump between us, we can raise to the 3 level. We can bid to the 3 level. If we have 10 trump between us, I've got 5 and they've got 5, we can bid to the 4 level. So we use the law of total tricks. So if you raise directly, if it went 1 diamond, 1 heart, pass. If I bid 2 hearts, 3 hearts, or 4 hearts, that is a weak hand showing the number of trump that I have. So that is how we overcall. So if we have 3 card support, we'll raise to 2. If we have 4 card support, we raise to 3. If we have 5 card support, we just jump to game. And this is, it doesn't mean we're going to make it. We might go down. But the law of total tricks, the law of total tricks is this long statistical explanation of bridge hand distribution. But if you read all of it, basically it comes down to the fact that they have a fit if we have a fit. And if we bid to the level we have trump between us, we should not be worse off than letting them bid to the level they have trump between them. So if we go down, it should still be to our advantage to not let them bid to their level. So these are the things that we need to remember. And an overcall, the first thing to remember in the overcall is it promises 5 cards, and it promises a good suit, and it promises between 8 and 16 points. Then when my response is to my partner's overcall, if I have support for him with 7 to 9, 6 to 9, I just raise it to the appropriate level. With 10 or more, I Q bid. All right, guys, that is it for today. When we go to class on Wednesday, we're going to start on takeout doubles and Jacoby 2 no trump and a lot of really cool other things that we're going to talk about. So, okay, we will see you guys on Wednesday.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Sally.
Sally.
Okay,
Bye-bye.